One of the most asked questions on certainly on the eBay sales page, but a couple of the others is, do I have halogen or xenon headlights? Like this vehicle here in the image, it's got halogen headlights. We're going to take a look at these two here and very quickly identify the difference between the halogen and xenon headlights and how you can tell very easily yourself. From the get-go, it's quite easy to see the difference. The one at the back there is a halogen. You can tell by the reflectors. There are two of them. There's one in the main beam and the dip beam that I'm pointing to at the moment. Conversely, on the xenon headlight unit, below that indicator I'm pointing to there, you've got the xenon projector. Now that houses a D2S xenon bulb, and it's a very obvious distinction. So you can see the two halogen reflectors there for the main beam. Those remain unaltered between both xenon and halogen, as well as the indicators and side light bulbs. Those positions remain unaltered in terms of the bulb type and location. Turning the xenon unit over and looking at the back of it, it's quite clearly very different from the halogen unit, as you'll see in a minute. The biggest difference that you'll notice is going to be the headlight leveling motor. That one is round in shape, but it's also a stepper motor, very different in design and type and operation from the halogen one. That is the xenon ballast pack, and underneath the screw cap you've got the igniter, both of which will not be present on a halogen headlight. In addition to this, there's also an inspection cover, a rubber bung, which can be removed. That is only featured on the xenon headlights, and that allows you to get to the connection, the electrical connection for the headlight leveling motor. One thing which isn't outwardly clear is that the loom itself is not removable from this particular headlight, whereas the halogen lights do have the option of removing the loom in its entirety. Looking at the halogen unit in a little bit more detail, you can see the reflector very clearly. There is no sort of glass golf ball projector lens in place. It is simply an old-fashioned reflector. And turning it over, you can see that the motor itself is very different from the motor that was present on the xenon unit. Underneath the screw cap you've got an H7 bulb. It's extremely simplified in comparison to the xenon system, and you also don't have the ballast pack and igniter unit. In addition to this, there is another way of checking which lights you have. If you check your switch, you'll notice that the halogen light has a setting on it to raise and lower the headlights in the top left. The xenon switch does not have that. However, there are markets which do not have leveling at all on headlights, and they will use a switch that looks very much like the xenon switch itself on the right hand side, so do be careful with that. Hopefully that helps you understand the difference between the two units, and you can at least identify them quite easily when you're buying replacements or refurbishing your own. If it's been of any help, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever helps you, and request any new videos. Thank you very much.